The story of the Jewish community growing in the United Arab Emirates is one which continues to evolve, but the historical notes of the first to settle and live in an Arab nation in recent times are documented in a film which is centered around a Torah scroll gifted to the Crown Prince Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan in memory of his father. Filmmaker Tom Gallagher hopes to convey that pluralism is on a continuum of activities with major markers along the way.
Professor Rabbi Burton Vysotsky points out in the film that Jews and Muslims have gotten along well for centuries. And so that was an important aspect of this film. The late Sheikh Zayed welcomed the stranger. And so, for example, in 1958, the first Hindu temple was established in the UAE. In 1964, the first Catholic church was established in the UAE. In February of 2019, Pope Francis made the visit to Abu Dhabi. This year, the Abrahamic Family House is going to open. And so each one of these steps along the way reaffirms that core public virtue, that religious pluralism is real and tangible in the UAE.
First screened in the United States, the award-winning documentary was recently shown to a television audience via PBS. More recently, it was presented to an Israeli audience in Tel Aviv.
Amen. Amen. Amin. The name describes the film, and it's about tolerance and pluralism and about a community that lived in the UAE that was Jewish even before the Abraham Accords was signed. It's about a Sefer Torah that was inscribed here in Israel in Bnei Brak, and it was encased in Brooklyn and then gifted to the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed in memory of his father, Sheikh Zayed.
Businessman Eli Epstein told the media line that he noticed that the UAE declared Year of Tolerance in 2019 and had major ceremonies including the Pope and Muslim leaders, but didn't include Jews. Eli wanted to find a way to express gratitude and acknowledge the growing presence of Jews in the UAE and show the Crown Prince's appreciation for this. The concept for the film came even prior.
The idea for the film arose in December of 2018 in a conversation I had with John Sexton, President Emeritus of NYU and co-founder of NYU Abu Dhabi.
Jean Candiat, one of the founding members of the hidden Jewish community and the Dubai producer of the film, explains the name of the documentary.
The name comes from the fact that of the words that we all share, the word Amen is precious to both the Christian world, the Hebrew world, and the Islamic world. So it is actually the pronunciation in Hebrew, also in Arabic, and also in English of the word Amen.
The story of the Jews finding each other in the Gulf country is part of the larger story Jean has lived.
We were first two people found each other, more people found each other. So I love the weaving of the two stories, the bigger story of the community and this. And then personally, I'm very proud of a shot of Rabbi Sarna blowing a shofar because it was early days of the filming. And as a producer on the film, I was able to set up a shot that read like Dubai and looked like Dubai and had the palm behind him. And he's doing something very, very true to our Jewish faith.
Rabbi Sarna was one of a few in the room when the Crown Prince received the Torah.
There's no way else to describe it than historic, I think, for everyone who was present in the room. We walked away from the ceremony feeling, it wasn't the feeling of just a high, like with adrenaline pumping. It was more like a kind of trembling or shaking. Absorbing the impact of being party to something which was truly historic, the first Torah scroll ever gifted to an Arab ruler.
The newfound relationship between Israel and the Emirates has brought many Israelis to the UAE, but few Emiratis to Israel.
I think the challenge now is to bring them over, I think. That's a major challenge, I would say. To bring them over, not the business people, but the regular people, just for vacation to get to know. And I think it will bring more opportunities even for business, for everything.
But the first Emirati to study nursing in Israel in Hebrew who attended the screening weighed in.
It was really touching. I felt that they conveyed the message really clearly, and they showed how welcoming the Emirates is as not only leadership, but also as a community. I'd love to see more Emiratis come and visit Israel because it's filled with history, culture, and nature. From like all the aspects of the country is amazing. I would not like to see anyone miss what I am seeing and experiencing every day.
Amen, amen, amen.
Felice Friedson from Tel Aviv reporting for the Media Line.